Good morning and welcome to Crossroads Magazine. I'm Father John Gatsak. Thanks for joining us. Did you know it takes a decade from the end of a war before Congress can begin the process for creating a monument in Washington, D.C.? And even then, the wheels of bureaucracy can turn slowly. If we want to honor the sacrifices of the men and the women who recently served in our military, how do we make those wheels turn faster? Well, a group of veterans in Connecticut came together to see if they could solve that problem. The solution? Build a monument to veterans of the Iraq and Afghanistan wars right here in Connecticut. We went along to Danbury to see how they used their shared experience to achieve their goal.
Everything we have today is built on the backs of veterans and the accomplishments they made. Took blood, sweat, and tears and the loss of great men and women to get us all the rights and the abilities we have in this great country.
The brave men and women who've served in wars should never be forgotten. State Representative of Danbury, Farley Santos, agrees and worked tirelessly with local veteran David Vieira, securing $230,000 from the state's budget for the Afghanistan-Iraq Veterans War Memorial Fund, a nonprofit created by local veterans with a goal to honor those who served now and not later.
It would be the first in Connecticut. That really was what hit home to me, that we have so many veterans in our state, and yet we don't have a monument. Even specifically here in Danbury, you've been to the War Memorial, we have monuments for other conflicts, but there wasn't one in Connecticut, all of Connecticut, that would commemorate their sacrifices in Iraq and Afghanistan. So that really touched home to me, and I made it my mission to make sure that we get them the funding they needed.
Memorial monuments are a way to honor the sacrifices of those who served. The small team of local veterans created the nonprofit over a year ago, hosting fundraisers, creating partnerships, a grassroots effort to raise funds. Now with the state's backing, the monument is a reality with an expected unveiling the Saturday before Memorial Day of 2024.
Mission accomplished. It'll be a sign of all our hard work. It'll be special knowing that we provided a place for the countless other veterans to bring their families, their kids, their loved ones, their brothers and sisters that they served with. For them to go to a place to see that their service is being recognized in like a real and permanent way.
I think that it will bring that comfort, that peace, that solace to some of these veterans that came back, struggled through their transition out of the military into their civilian life.
I think it will make them feel more appreciated. It will serve as a place for them to reflect on their experiences, not only for veterans that went through war, but their family members that stayed behind and had to share that experience with them, and especially those who had somebody that passed away and didn't make it home.
Federal statute requires there to be 10 years between the end of a war and when Congress can work on a monument in Washington, D.C. The idea for the state monument began by these local veterans who banded together and saw a need for their community.
We came together, we had a shared goal. It came natural to us. It's something that when we first started volunteering and seeing all the memorials and ceremonies at Rogers Park, it was really an honor to participate and help make that happen.
The memorial will be erected in Rogers Park in Danbury. The concept for the monument was drawn on a napkin on a special night that sparked the idea for what now is becoming a reality.
We wanted to incorporate, obviously, both theaters of conflict, Iraq and Afghanistan. And then the Twin Towers for us, the majority of veterans will connect their service, especially combat service, to the tragedy of 9/11. So we felt like it needed to be a part of the symbol that's going to be a reflection of our service to this country.
There's so much we can learn from veterans about our history, the resolve and determination that continues long after their military duty ends.
We hold a lot of events for the community, just get the word out there, come stop by, listen to some of these guys tell their stories, especially the older generation, they love to share their stories.
It's being part of organizations like this, like the VFW Post 149, who continue to do great work and sort of like an outreach to other veterans, making them feel welcome here. It's important to do that kind of work every single day.
Get involved and join these organizations because they need you, and you need them more than you think.
The members of the Afghanistan-Iraq Veterans War Memorial Fund are not finished with their mission. There's so much more to do to help the veteran community.
It's a lot of work to get this started and going, and knowing that the state now has our support, or is now supporting us, it takes a load off and allows us to kind of open up our mission statement and go, what are we doing next?
Jesus said that a person shows no greater love than to lay down their life for their friends. Our military personnel lay down their lives on a daily basis so that we can enjoy our freedom. Supporting our veterans when needed is surely a small price for the rest of us to pay.